Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Our today's lecture topic is plagiarism. The course is the current trends in biochemistry, and the lecture topic is plagiarism. As you know, what is plagiarism? You all have the idea, or you all have heard this, that is plagiarism, but you don't have idea about which thing is actually called as plagiarism. When we write up different types of research articles, or when we designed our research project for the fulfillment of our thesis, or we write up a synopsis for our degree, we would have the idea about the plagiarism policies. Every university and college have their own policies regarding the plagiarism. Plagiarism is a very broad term, and it has to be ensured that you should have to avoid plagiarism during write-up of your articles, your research, and also your thesis and synopsis, and also the other things. Even if you write up an essay or you write up an assignment which is given to you by your professor, you should have the idea how you can change your thinking or your ideas from the other ones. That is actually the write-up skills. But these write-up skills can be made in the persons by removing the plagiarism in case of your article written by you. So let's see what is, first of all, we know about what is actually the plagiarism. The definition of this plagiarism. All you have listened the word plagiarism. Plagiarism is actually the act of taking the words, ideas, or research of another person and putting them forward without citation as if they were your own. The exact definition of plagiarism is not known, but actually many of the definitions of plagiarism can be seen on the internet or by knowing about going through the different websites. But actually this plagiarism is the act of taking the words, ideas, or research of another person and putting them forward without citation as if they were your own. Words, ideas, thoughts, and research of others, taking the words, ideas, thoughts, and research of the other persons and putting them forward without citation. All these are putting without any citation as it is your own work is called as plagiarism. It is an intellectual theft and a clear violation of the code of ethics and behavior that most academic institutions have established to regulate the domains of these plagiarism policies for their members. Plagiarism cases are dealing very seriously dealt by the universities and colleges very seriously and punishes the offenders. But the penalties for plagiarism are usually very severe, ranging from an automatic failure from the course or to the temporary suspension or even permanent exclusion from the university or college. Plagiarism, in short, is considered a very serious academic offense. Very serious academic offense. If we look simply at the dictionary definition, it would seem that acts of plagiarism are readily identifiable, and indeed some instances of plagiarism are obvious. Deliberately copying lengthy passages from a book or journal article, or purchasing or downloading whole papers and submitting them as your own are actually the plagiarism. Some students do that. They take up the papers, books, or journal articles of the others and present them as their own. So it is a clear-cut plagiarism case. Clear-cut examples of the plagiarism. However, although some students unfortunately make a conscious decision to plagiarize, many more do so indifferently. This is because, unlike the instances cited above, some situations in which you might use the words or ideas of another may seem more clear. Because of its seriousness, it is essential that you know exactly what kinds of acts constitute plagiarism. Which thing you should say, this is the plagiarism. Students are taken the if a student, I give you some examples of that. If a student taken up some material or some article from other student by his or her permission. A student take up some material or some article from other students by their permission. By their permission. What would you think so that? Is it a plagiarism or not? Second is, a students find a useful information from a website and put it up in his or her research as it is a plagiarism or not. Even some sections of it used. Third thing is, a student derives some key ideas for his paper from a book. Derives some key ideas from a paper or book and put it up in his work. What is your thinking about that? All these are the examples of the plagiarism. Yes, definitely. If you not given the citations of the original ones, then all these are the cases of the plagiarism. Student taken, regardless of that, the student take permission from the other student and use its material or some article phrases or some article quotations in his essay or in his article without, although he take permission from that student, but he can't be used it as it is her or his own work. He must be cited the name of that student or that person in his article from which the information is taken. Similarly, in the second case, if you got a useful information from a website and you put it up in his research article, research project, or even you put up some sections of this into your work, then what will be happened? Yes, definitely this is also the case of plagiarism if you not put it up the citation of this website or citation of this article. Now the third case is you derive some idea from a paper or a book, not uses the phrases or the quotations of that book or that paper into your paper, but you also not given the citation of that book from which you get the idea to present your own research project. This is also the plagiarism. Actually, when we taken the informations from any other source, regarding less of our own source, we should have the citations of that from where we choose this type of information. Always you have to draw information from the sources, from the internet source, from the websites, from the papers, from the other ones. But you have to cite the article authors in your research, which is called as the references, which is called as a literature cited actually. Similarly, how you can avoid this plagiarism? How you can avoid this plagiarism? You can avoid plagiarism by writing up your research in your own words. Not only changes the phenomenon, not only plagiarism removal or plagiarism avoidance is not only the removal of the quotations, removal of the some types of not only some type of the type of the quotations, some type of the ideas or some type of the materials which are you chosen from the other words, and only you have to rephrase it and to add it in up the new phenomenons rather than the other ones which are used in the original. This is also is the case of the plagiarism. You should have to rewrite the passage. You have to get the idea by reading up the research articles and by and the idea which come to your mind, you have to be write up in your own words. By using this type, you can avoid the plagiarism. Plagiarism is a very serious ethic. This is the very unethical collaborated from the students or even teachers for their own, because the research article, the book, or the thesis, or the synopsis are the intellectual property of that person which is given to it. Uh, the fourth, and if you choose the material of that person into your own, then this would be the intellectual theft, and you destroy the honesty, and dishonestly you use the work of the other for your own. Many of the students use, but from this one, the material, if you provide the key author or the key citation of the method which you are chosen for your research, then you can be avoid the plagiarism. You can avoid plagiarism by giving the citation of that person from or by the research article or by the website, book, journal, anywhere from where you took the basic idea, you should have to cite this research article into your work, website, link, book name or book page even, and also the journal from which the research article is taken up. By using these all things of citations, you can avoid the plagiarism. Almost internationally, 20% of plagiarism is allowed for research articles or for research to be written. Less than 20% is allowed, because some universal points can be written as such. For example, if you have give the idea about for example, if we give an idea about a war and the year in which this war is occurred, 1927, you can never be changed the year for that war, that could be changed. And similarly, in case of science, the definitions, the fundamental studies are allowed to be put as such. Fundamental studies, for example, the definition of the, as you are the students of biochemistry, so if you give the definition of biochemistry in all books, in all research articles, in all research, the definition of the biochemistry is the same. So you are not to be changed you can't be changed the definition of the fundamental studies. And if you use the any reagents, in case of methodology, not 100% can be changed, because you have definitely used the same reagents, you have always used the same type of reactants, you always use the same type of the enzymes which are used for the production of anything and for the measurement of anything. So you can't be changed in your research work. These all are allowed to be used as such, but without putting the citation of this one is also the plagiarism. If you put methodology by using the method of some other person, you can give the method of that person and cited the name of which person you choose for this method. Similarly, the fundamental quotations, the fundamental rules are not be changed in case of write-up. The names of enzymes, the universal names, the universal quotations, the universal, for example, the universal units are not be changed. So always when you write up the universal things, you can fundamental things, you can be used them as such. But regardless of that, any other things you are not to be allowed to use them as such. You have to rephrase all other things according to the rules and regulations of your universities. If someone have the case of plagiarism, if you have write a passage and check the plagiarism, many of the plagiarism websites are, many of the applications are available. For example, Turnitin, the plagiarism checker tool, from which you can check the percentage of plagiarism present in your article or in your research. If it is 90%, if it is 70%, if it is 50%, if it is 40%, then the report is generated by this account, Turnitin account, and this report can be used further for the removal of the plagiarism. It highlighted the portions which are matched from the other articles or which are matched from the other resources of website or internet. So by getting through this report, you can be able to rewrite your article or your research for the reduction of your plagiarism report. For example, if it is 50%, you have to reduce it up to 18 to 19%. So by using this report, you can remove the plagiarism. And if you are not checked the percentage of plagiarism in your work and you submit it to any journal, the journal have their own tools to check the plagiarism, and if they find out the plagiarism in your article or in your research, they reported you and they uh, deny your paper for published for to be published in their journal. Similarly, if you have submitted your paper and other one also get the idea from your paper and they also publish that paper, and the papers comes into two different journals at a time, then the plagiarism is considered in one paper, but the other paper is actually chosen as the regular one or the without the original one, which is online first, which come to online first is called as the original work. Rather than that, the original work is of the other one. So this is actually the theft, intellectual theft, which are given by you to the others. So avoid all these things, because if someone got the plagiarism, the very strict actions should be taken against them. The universities made different types of committees for the checking of the plagiarism found in the article or the research, and by going through by going through this paper, they get the idea why the person and how much the person plagiarize the work of the others. So always when you write up a thesis or you write up a synopsis, you write up a research article, and even you write up a essay or you write up a assignment, you should have to avoid the plagiarism. Don't always use don't always use synonyms, but you have to rewrite the words. For example, I give you one example of that. Rose is dangerous for plants. It change the it can change the membrane stability ability. But if the plant's antioxidant defense system is in active form, it can be removed from plant cell. How can you rewrite this passage? If you change this with toxic and change this with change this detoxification. This is not the case of remove of avoidance of plagiarism, because you only use the synonyms of some words in this passage. But if you have to avoid the plagiarism, you have to rewrite this passage again into your own words. Plants have their own defense system which consists of different enzymes and antioxidants by these defense system, they can easily detoxify the toxic compounds like reactive oxygen species from plant cell, now you can avoid the plagiarism because you rewrite the whole passage and you get only the idea from the previous passage and you rewrite it into your own words. But this is not only, rather you rewrite this passage, you have to cite the citation of the previous passage in your literature section. Without citation, this rewritten passage is also considered as plagiarized. That's all about the plagiarism policies. Thank you so very much, students. If you have any questions regarding this lecture, you can approach me on the WhatsApp group, either on my email account or by putting the comments in the comment section. Allah Hafiz.